Everyone, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're going to use that homemade ranch dressing mix and we're going to turn it into this delicious zesty bacon ranch cheese ball. It's not too spicy, it's not too salty, it's actually just right. We'll just call it a Goldilocks cheese ball. I can't wait to show you how this all comes together. Today we're going to go ahead and use our homemade ranch dressing mix and we're going to do it in a different application. We're going to make a zesty bacon ranch cheese ball. This is a little bit different from the previous ranch cheese ball that I made a couple of years back, and it has different ingredients and I think you're really going to love it. What you're going to start off with is 2 8-ounce bricks or 1 pound of cream cheese. I've had this sitting on my counter for a few hours so it's nice and soft. We're going to use 8 ounces or half a pound each of Colby Jack and pepper jack that I have shredded on the fine side of the grater. And then I've taken 1 pound minus 2 slices of bacon that I have cooked in the oven. And if you guys don't know how I cook my bacon in the oven, I will leave a link in the iCards and down below so you can go check that out. Best way to cook bacon ever. So I've gone ahead and cooked that up, drained it, and chopped it up fine. To our cheese ball, we're going to add a half a teaspoon of liquid smoke of your choice. Mine is hickory. Half a teaspoon of Worcestershire. A quarter of a cup of our homemade ranch dressing mix and some extra seasonings. So I'm adding a teaspoon each of onion powder, seasoned salt, and smoked paprika. If you don't like the heat from smoked paprika, you can use regular paprika. If you don't like pepper jack, you can use regular Colby Jack or for the whole thing, or you can add, instead of the pepper jack, you can use white cheddar, or you can use just Monterey Jack cheese without the peppers in it. And then after we form them, we're going to roll them in these chopped pecans. So I have a couple of cups of chopped pecans here, and then that's going to finish off our cheese ball. To get started, we're going to whip up our cream cheese that is softened at room temperature just to get it moving a little. Then we'll start adding all of our seasonings and additions to make this delicious cheese ball. So I'm just going to go ahead and whip this on a medium speed. That's looking really good. So then we're going to go ahead and add our ranch dressing mix. We're going to add all of our flavorizers first. Then we're going to add that shredded cheese. Our onion powder, smoked paprika, and seasoned salt go in. Our Worcestershire sauce and our liquid smoke. Now look, if you don't like liquid smoke or Worcestershire sauce, you could easily leave those out. If you don't like as much as I've used, then cut it in half. If you like a little bit bolder flavor, double it. This really is a very personal preference kind of thing. You can make this cheese ball as bold and flavorful as you like, or you can make it a little bit on the more mild side. So you make that decision. Give it a taste before you roll it up, and then you're going to have the perfect thing come out for you. So we're going to blend this.
Smells good already.
Smells delicious. Okay, I'm going to come in here and just give this a bit of a scrape. And then we're going to go ahead and add in our cheeses and our bacon. In goes our pepper jack, and in goes our Colby Jack. And we're also going to toss in our bacon. And we're going to give this a good blend, and we're going to do it on low because we don't want all this stuff flying all over the kitchen. And now we're going to give it a taste. We're going to get that all off of there. It's just the perfect consistency. Once you add the cheese and the bacon, it really does tighten everything up quite a bit. And that's going to help you make your cheese ball in the end. This smells incredible. You see how it has a bit of a nicer body now. What do you think, babe?
Oh, that is delicious.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Now, just like with the sour cream ranch dip that we made, you're going to want to make this a day ahead, because I'm telling you, once that sour cream ranch dip bloomed and sat overnight and all those spices had a chance to wake up, it's incredible. You can really taste all the dill and the garlic and the onion that we put in there. Same's gonna go for this cheese ball. Right now, it's super cheese and bacon forward. It's very smoky. This is not spicy at all, in my opinion. Tomorrow, you're gonna get all those herby goodness from the ranch dressing powder that we put in there, and it's gonna be over the top great. So now I'm gonna go get some plastic wrap. And we're gonna form these into a couple cheese balls. All right, we're gonna go ahead and form these into our cheese balls. Now I've already done one. Plastic wrap is your friend here. Also, if you prefer, you can use some vinyl gloves or whatever you might have on hand. Make the plastic wrap large enough to cover the amount of cheese that you've put in here. Now, if you want to just make one large cheese ball, like if you're going to do this for like an open house buffet or something, then you can certainly do that. I just like to divide this up because it's a little bit easier to handle. So you can just put this in the plastic wrap and then just use the plastic wrap as a way to help manipulate that into a ball. And you can use the palms of your hands. The heat from your hands is going to help form that really nicely. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to go ahead now. We're going to roll this in some chopped pecans. Now, my recommendation is once you get to this point, and this is in the recipe too, guys, so don't worry about remembering it. Put these on a plate in your fridge for at least a couple of hours. If you want to make these ahead of time, you can even divide this into 4 little cheese balls. If you want to give these to friends and neighbors, that's a lovely gift with some crackers and a nice little basket with a bottle of wine. Who's not going to like that? You can just keep these at this point in your fridge, and then when you're ready to give them or zhuzh them up with the nuts, you can just take them out, roll them up, and then wrap them in a nice clean piece of plastic wrap, and then you can give it like that. Wrap it in a pretty piece of cellophane, tie it with a bow. It's going to be great. But for today, because we want to finish the video for you, we're going to bring over our chopped pecans. And remember, you're going to use that plastic wrap kind of as a tool. There's really, unless you wear some gloves, there's really no way to avoid getting your hands dirty here. My hands are clean, so no worries. Just go ahead and cover the outside of that cheese ball in those chopped pecans until it looks perfect and beautiful to you. Remember, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Some people like to roll this in nothing but like dried chopped parsley, and that's lovely as well. It makes it have a little festive green appearance. Now I'm just going to set this off to the side, and then we'll go ahead and we'll roll our other one, and we're going to wrap them up, and I'll be back and I'll show you what this looks like when it's all ready to serve. Well, there you have it. There is our cheese ball. I set it up for a shot, took some pictures of it. Here's the second one. I've got it all wrapped up, ready to go in the fridge. Now, I know some of you are going to ask me, can I put this in the freezer? The answer is no. You should never freeze things that have cream cheese in them, like this cheese spread, because when cream cheese gets frozen, the water separates from it because it has a gelatin in it to hold it together. When it thaws out, it's going to turn into a wet, watery mess, and you're not going to have a cheese ball as much as you're going to have a milky, cheesy puddle. So you really don't want to freeze it. I will tell you though that these will keep in your fridge for at least a month. So if you want to make these now in anticipation of your holiday open house, your Christmas Eve or Christmas Day celebration, your New Year's Eve celebration, stuff like that. If you want to make a bunch of these, stick them in your fridge tightly wrapped. These are going to keep fine for up to a month, and they're going to be delicious no matter when. Like I said, you can roll them in the nuts right away, or you can set them up in the fridge for a couple of hours, or you can keep them in the fridge until you're ready to serve and then roll them in the nuts right before. That's entirely up to you. That's how you make my delicious homemade zesty bacon ranch cheese ball using our homemade ranch dressing mix. I hope you give this a try sometime soon, whether it's for the holidays or any other occasion, and I hope you love it. And until next time, I'll see ya.